love it. It's fat and spicy.
This is fat and spicy.
Fat and spicy, motherfucker.
Fat and spicy.
It's another fat and spicy.
So you want me to say fat and spicy? Fuck that. I'm out of here.
Fuck fat and spicy.
Dude, we're mega superstars, bro.
To the old lady I cut off at the light, I am sorry, but you were too slow.
Have you seen Werewolf Labs, man?
One of my captains, he was like, Sheriff, we seen a werewolf. I thought he was crazy. What werewolf are you talking about? And then he started acting crazy a little bit. You know what? I think you're 5150. I'm gonna put you on administrative leave. You go to the hospital.
Sounds like you've been smelling what we've been smoking.
Fuck, if there's a mayor, I want to be it.
Right?
Hey,
I know.
bring me for mayor.
Eating nothing but roaches and, mind you, fingers. I just love fingers.
Chicken fingers?
No, homeless people's fingers.
Are you still messing around with women who are taken?
All right.
Oh my God! Say it ain't so. The viewers are in awe.
Okay, but you know what? Everybody has a past.
Question for Josh: how did you learn to be a developer for 5M, and how would you recommend a beginner starting?
I've got a background in the IT space for a long time. There were a lot of things that I could kind of grasp, like coding and stuff, but I'm not deep in certain areas as I would like to be. But I would say, the best way to start anything in life, doesn't matter what it is to just jump headfirst into it.
What is roleplay?
It's a place where I can escape personal trouble that I have going on in my real life. I come here and I RP because it's a place that I can come and be somebody other than myself, other than the guy that gets up and goes to work every morning.
For me, it's a place where I can come build characters outside of ourselves, try to promote interactions with other people. What I do love is when people take the time to turn around and have interactions, meaningful interactions. Even if it's just a few words, those few words can mean a lot.
This is Fat and Spicy, the podcast brought to you in city, out of city. I'm Fat.
And I'm Spicy.
And this is the Fat and Spicy Show. I didn't do it, bro.
What are you doing in a prison jumpsuit, bro, Chacho?
I think the question is, why aren't you in a prison jumpsuit?
I'm a law-abiding hombre, dude.
No. Anybody's law-abiding. It's me. I love abiding by the law.
I don't think that's quite true because here you're standing next to a cop. She looks like she's going to take her baton out and beat you in the head, bro.
I think he meant to say he loves biting the law.
Exactly. You know how you take a bite out of crime? I take a bite out of law.
So you're like McGruff the crime cholo.
McGruff the crime cholo.
I don't know. I'm sorry, bro.
No, dude, no. No, but today we are here and we are in the lovely city of Savage City, right? Savage RP, Savage Roleplay City.
68, dude.
68, episode 68, guys. We are almost at 60. What?
Almost at 69. So should episode 69 be a touching Chili's?
Yes. Oh, wait. Next week we have somebody else, though, right?
Oh, we've got a schedule already. Okay, no touching Chili's for episode 69.
Oh, yeah, no.
We'll do touching Chili's for episode 96.
So we gotta turn around and do it all over again?
Yeah, exactly. Man. Then we'll just start all over at episode 1.
No, guys. But for real, though, welcome back, guys, to another episode of Fat and Spicy. If you don't know, I will fill you in. I am Fat, and on Mondays we do an OOC show. But today we are Thursdays, and it is our in-character shows, guys. So we are here, and as always, I'm Fat.
And I'm Spicy.
And this is the Fat and Spicy Show, where we go to cities and different cities, and we interview the amazing people that make those cities, be what they are to be, and that is unique. I guess you could say. We interview the uniqueness that is. What do you call it? What would you call it, Spicy?
I don't know. I'm trying to smell what you're smoking, bro. But I'm a little lost here. I think you've spent too much time in the jail system, Ben. I think you might be institutionalized.
I'm institutionalized. I don't know what's going on. No, guys, no. As everybody knows, if you've been, I was. He would not shut up. That guy would just screaming all night.
Yeah, he screams a lot.
I was surprised that people that scream so much, their voice does not go out.
Right?
Me, I talk for like 20 minutes. I was like,
don't lie, dude. You're more yappy than the rest of us, man.
I have to be, bro.
So what did you do to get you into these fine prison duds, man?
I will tell you this, that I am currently I don't currently have a warrant on me. You know, I
Because you've been arrested. They served it.
I didn't run from the police. And they didn't catch me, you know? We'll say that. How about that?
So you fought the law and you won?
These are my pajamas.
Oh, I see, man.
I thought they were cute because I thought on the back, you know, I thought they said intimate, and
That's not
maybe
that's-
maybe I'm more dyslexic than I am a criminal.
that does not say intimate, dude.
Did they take out the prison costumes for Halloween?
I don't know. Is it Halloween?
No, I mean like, you know, like when it is Halloween, can you still wear prison jumpsuits, or did they like ban that?
I think that would have to be a question for the officer once we get into
that's
the
a good question.
actual interview. I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean,
Yeah, but we have
spicy?
talking to the cops right now, man.
No, exactly.
We'll get to them
What?
later, man. Let them do their cop thing, you know, 10-4, good buddy, whatever.
No, yeah, 10-4. Good buddy. I like that. I love
Exactly.
I love cops, bro. Don't you love cops?
No, I don't, man. So, you know, my uncle was a cop.
Your
I had
uncle
an
was a
uncle
cop?
who was a detective, man. And he was a damn good detective, like went undercover and like would sometimes tell me about some of his fun adventures and stuff. And all I thought was,
I think I heard about that guy.
you heard about him, right? Exactly.
Yeah,
But
he
you know
had
what?
a
The
severe
whole time-
peanut allergy.
What?
He didn't have a peanut allergy? Is that not the guy?
Don't think so, man.
Oh, never mind then.
But
What
for
uncle
all
am I
the
talking
cool
about?
stories he told me, dude, the only thing he ever missed was being a mega superstar like us having a podcast, bro.
Wait, he was a mega superstar?
He wasn't, dude. That's why the cops suck, because they can't be mega superstars. They're so busy protecting and serving that they're not entertaining. And that's what our job is to do, man, with the Fat and Spicy Show.
I mean, I wouldn't say they suck, you know, considering, you know, sometimes the cops are a little closer than we want them to be.
Like the one standing over your shoulder right now, bro?
Yeah, you know, very intimidating. Very intimidating. I feel the chills up my back. It reminds me of
Even
the
up
time
your-
I took that honey bun when I was in jail that one time.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
You know. What? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyways,
How
let's
many
go on with
cigarettes
it.
did you
You
trade
could
for
put some
that?
pepper on that potato. Yeah, you better tell us.
Apparently,
what's
you know,
going
you're
on.
not. Apparently, you know how some hotel rooms they give you that little, you know, chocolate on the bed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like a little, you know, what they call that little. It's like a treat.
The pillow chocolate, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I thought it was a pillow honey bun. You know, I thought it was just something that the guards do. You know, when you go in, they're like, oh, you know, welcome to prison. You know, here's a honey bun, complimentary on the house. So I took it and I ate it. You know, and
Instead of a bun, it was cheeks, and instead of honey, it was sweat, right?
you know, let's just say you have to, you know, pay that honey bun back.
You heard it here on the Fat and Spicy Show first, man. Fatsy likes honey buns. All right.
Speaking of honey buns, guys, if you haven't caught, did you catch our Monday show with the lovely Mila?
Mila Vanderbilt, dude, what a great show that was, man. She was totally like hyper entertaining and like totally cute, and like it was a good time, man.
Well, relax. She's taken.
I don't care about that. I'm just saying she had like a righteous personality and was like totally like into the show, dude. It was one of the best shows I think I've ever done. We've ever
I think you were into Mila is what's going on. That's what it sounds like.
No, it's not like that, dude. I'm married to the waves. You know that, dude. My bride
You're
is my
married to
surfboard.
more than the waves. I think your wife's name is Maria.
Maria?
Maria Juana.
Oh yeah, dude. Mary Jane, you know? The only girl I love. The only girl for me.
But no, guys, if you haven't, go back and watch that Monday episode, guys, because as we are proceeding through with Women's Month, guys, and celebrating everything that is and came from women, we are here with two more lovely and empowered women that make up this beautiful city that we're in.
Bro, we've got like the creme de la creme of like the top cops and leaders in the city, dude.
So yeah, we sat down with the girls, the SHA girls, and we also sat down with one of the MC leaders. Was it Karma?
Yep.
Karma, she's a ex-MC Prez. Yeah.
Yeah. So we sat down and we got to know the dark side of the world of, you know, living life as a woman. And now we want to see what it's like to live life as a woman on the right side of the law.
really the wrong side of the law if you're like that. I mean, it's so subjective, isn't it? Law, good, evil, all of that. You know, you got
There
to just
has
be
to be
taking
there
what you
has to be
given.
good and evil, though, right?
Well, I don't know. Does there have to be? Even the criminal is the hero in his own story. You know.
I mean, what if someone went and broke into your home and stole your stash, bro? Wouldn't you want there to be justice?
I would, but you've got to see like all of the extenuating circumstances. Did his wife have cancer? Was his kid a bad kid in school and get teased and stuff? Maybe he had to, steal from my home to get a tutor
Or
for his
maybe he
bad
just
kid.
wanted to do it.
I mean, that's an option too. You know.
Yeah, see, that's why we have justices to get your stuff back. I don't know if you would get it back, but they would get justice. Do the cops return the weed if they stole it?
I don't know, dude, but somebody stole my $20. Like when I was trying to get a sack, and I called the cops. I'm like, dude, this dude totally stole my 20. Like, what was it for? And I'm like, I was trying to buy Legos. And they didn't buy it, dude.
Legos.
They didn't buy it, dude. They're
A
like,
small
Lego set were you
20
buying?
sack of Legos. What is that?
20
One
sack
by
of-
ones?
No, I just needed like the beige pieces to finish off my Eiffel Tower model, dude.
Jesus Christ, dude. No, but without further ado, guys, we're going to introduce our guest today, and I'm going to let Laws take it away.
Me? Okay,
Take
here.
it away, man. Who do we got today?
Today we have, I believe, let me see here. We have the chief, correct?
Yes.
Chief of the LSPD, Destiny. And she is
Boy,
standing
I'm sorry,
next
bad girl.
She is standing next to Fatsy right now. Obviously, she's in our nice little police uniform, which looks fabulous on her. And then next to her, we have the Justice of Peace, Kim, looking fabulous as ever in her little plaid outfit. Love it, love it. Welcome to the show, guys.
So my question off the bat is, what does that mean? Justice of peace, like a piece of justice?
Yeah, it pretty much does. I guess it's
So you're
just to
not like
bring the
the
peace.
full part of justice, you're just a part of it?
She's
Well,
gonna smack you.
I'm asking because I don't know.
Well, I think of it as the chief of peace because at the end of the day, I am the one who has the final say, and all I really want is for the peace of it.
See?
Okay. Well, I didn't know because you were asking her about all these different titles, and I didn't know if you had like, are there ranks in when you get in there?
I mean, it's DOJ as a whole, so there are going to be other ranks for it. You're going
So
to
do you have a rank that's above you?
Nope, I am the highest there is.
You are the epitome of the top of the food chain.
Bro,
Yes,
she's
I
the
am.
law of the land.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And
so
if
you are
keep pissing her off, she's gonna make sure you wear that orange jumpsuit indefinitely, bro.
these are now my official pajamas.
They're gonna be your official something.
They're comfy. Anyway, so go ahead, Spicy. Since this is more your forte with your uncle being, all about that sweet, sweet law enforcement. I know that you're just antsy in your pantsy over there with questions.
You know I am, dude. I've got all the questions. So I gotta ask, man. So tell us, Your Honor, tell us about your past, man. Like, what brought you into the world of law? Did you start like some grungy law school and work your way up to like a famous law school, and then like spend all your time as like a prosecutor, and then fight the district attorney, and then you got into it with the chief of police, then you became a judge? Tell us the story, man.
Well, actually, I started with law enforcement, and then I made myself up to be chief of justice, which I was at first DOC, the warden of it. And then I switched over to law enforcement and proceeded to go with the route of being dispatch, which that was fun for a bit, but then I realized that there was a need of DOJ. So then I ended up speaking to someone who at the time was above me, and he had trained me in to the position I am today, which is now the current the chief of peace.
Hey, man. So you were dispatcher at PD. You must have known my uncle, Detective Santangelo, man.
I had, yes.
Yeah, that's my uncle, dude.
Amazing.
He's like how I know about all this stuff, dude. He tells me all the stories at Thanksgiving, and then I'm like, "Can I hold your gun?" And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here." So we don't have like that good of a relationship, but he likes to talk. Righteous, man. So you worked your way up all the way from the ground floor to become like the top cop in the land. Really, like you're like the law of the land. Really.
Yeah.
What inspired you to keep going? I mean, was there something tragic in the past, or?
Well, yeah, it was the fact that I had lost a son of mine, and I realized that they didn't really do what they're supposed to do as Department of Justice, and I felt as if I should probably continue to make myself and that so I can actually make a change in things. So it's not it where the judges will go based by they were friends with the lawyer, or just because their friends will understand that they will allow their friends to get away with certain type of things. I didn't want that to take place. So I proceeded to put myself into a higher position where to make completely more change and help out the community as I could.
Nice, man.
So you are, how do you say, aware that there are corrupt cops. There's always going to be, and how do you think that you, I guess, how do you think that the system itself could minimize that corruption, or where, I guess, power hungry officers take control?
I mean, all you can really do from that on is observe them from what they do, check over them, but then also try to get a gist on how they are, their mindset from that. But I'm well aware how everything comes when it comes to law enforcement, but I do try my best to point those individuals out, or I believe to be corrupt, and make it so PD are well aware of that, so they're able to keep a really close eye on those individuals.
So do you have any like say so in what PD does, or no? Or is that
I
like a
do.
separate?
I do. I work with law enforcement the best I can, and so far my voice has been heard when it comes to their officers, or if there's an issue, it's it takes a bit to be done, but it does get done.
So being so close to PD like you are, if you had to try a police officer, like you had a police officer standing in front of you on trial, would it be hard for you to put like your feelings of positivity for the police away in order to be unbiased in your cases?
Well, no, not really. If the officer is wrong, the officer is wrong. It doesn't matter if I even know the officer or not. They are on trial for what they have done.
That's the best answer, man. That's exactly the right answer. Well done, man.
What I want to know is, now that we're going, let's go over to Destiny real quick. Destiny. Can you?
Bad girls,
I know
bad
we. I know
girls.
we. I know we did it already, and we talked about it. But can you state your position?
I'm the chief of police of LSPD.
Well, how long did it take you to become chief?
I've been PD for 4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
And is this a position that you've been aiming for, or?
Actually, no. I was just working my way up the ranks, just doing my job and grinding.
Okay.
And,
And when you say
when
grinding, do you feel like it's just like another day on the job, or
no,
do
I
you
love
feel
my
like the
job.
chief comes with like extra responsibilities and?
It comes with a lot of responsibilities. I look at all my officers as I have to look out for them and protect them and make sure their well-being is good so they can go home to their families. So it's a lot. It's
How
not
do you
just
deal?
the
How do you deal
title.
with that stress? And I think that's kind of some pointers. On what do you do whenever like the world seems to come just crashing down on you, or how do you keep that from happening?
There's the White Widow, man. Helps yourself. You
I
know it,
rely on
dude.
I rely a lot on my high command. Outside of our jobs, Kim and I are also good friends, so I rely on her a lot. I bounce a lot of things off of her.
Mhm.
But my high command works. We work well together, and they help me a lot.
Is there anything in particular that motivated you to pursue the career in law enforcement?
I just love helping people. Um, you see things that go on that shouldn't go on, and you just want to protect them. I like protecting people,
So,
so I
so,
thought the best way would be become a cop.
and excuse my French, but how long have you been snitching?
You're making me choke on my beer. You can't ask her that, dude.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. Because this is like a little running joke. The little kids that always tattletale it is like, oh yeah, they're gonna be a cop.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I do have a question though. So you've worked your way up as a street cop, giving tickets and pulling people over and responding to emergencies and accidents, and then you move up the ranks and you become a sergeant maybe or a lieutenant, and you have some officers under you. But you're still on the streets. You're still maintaining that day-to-day duty. How do you find it different as a chief as opposed to being a street cop? Like, what are the unique hurdles that come with being a chief?
I will never stop being a street cop or detective or an FTO, which is a field training officer. Those are my passions. So I'll never stop doing that. I just see myself as an officer that's out there protecting the streets and doing my job. Yeah, I have extra responsibilities on top of that paperwork and all that boring stuff, but I still see myself as just another officer.
So do you still get out there and run the mean streets with the rest of them, like day to day?
Oh, hell yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about, right? You can't have a leader that tells you to go out and do something if you're not like totally willing to go out and do it with you, right?
I never ask anybody to do something that I wouldn't do myself.
That's right. The old cliche stands tall.
Yes.
Nothing feels better than a criminal's head on the end of your baton, right?
That's E.
We have
And
a
this is why
question
I will
here.
never vote for you to be a cop. Yeah, what's the question, man?
We have a question here. Do you feel as you're treated any different being a woman working for the Department of Justice than the men in the department?
And we try to be as honest as possible, not necessarily, we're not trying to bash anybody's job or work environment, but we are trying to bring awareness, to a lot of women out there who may feel that way in their work environments.
Oh, is that question for me or Kim?
For both.
Both of you. Both of you.
Let's start.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's start with the officer though. Do you feel that like people respond to you differently than they would a male officer?
100%.
And how is that?
Sometimes you have to make yourself heard. You have to have a certain amount of I don't want to use the word aggression, but like stand your ground. Um, there's men out there that have issues with taking command from a female of a higher rank than them. I have come across quite a few in my days of PD. I
So what
just
steps do
gotta
you?
work
Oh,
with
I'm
them.
sorry.
Okay.
What steps do you take then as a female officer? I mean, not just as an officer in general, but as a female officer to assert your authority. Like, especially if you have somebody like Fatsy over there who's going to be like, "Get off of me, lady! Don't touch me." You've got to, step up and be like strong. How do you like? What do you do to build that in yourself?
It depends on the situation.
I
If it
think
was
it's like,
somebody,
yeah, like let's give the example of insubordination. Like somebody,
um,
that's under your rank and they just won't listen to you. You've told them no, and they do it.
I usually there's consequences.
Mhm.
I have like zero tolerance for not following SOPs. If that happens, they could be anywhere from a strike to suspension. Um, I feel that that's the only way to have an organized PD. I'm not a bitch, but and I have compassion, but at the same time, I do demand respect.
Yeah, because you've earned it. You're in that position
Right,
for a reason.
right.
And
I've
nine
been
times out of 10, when you tell somebody to do something, it's for their own safety.
exactly, and then that's what I express. I express to them that things are in play. It's for their protection as well as the criminal's protection. It's not just for our protection. It's looking out for everybody. And sometimes they see it, and sometimes they don't. But the ones that don't have a job.
I
There you go. Like Spicy's uncle. I'm just kidding.
Whoa, hey, he's still undercover for all I know. I haven't heard from him in months, dude.
What about you, Justice Kim? The same questions towards you. You know, how do you navigate or overcome the gender biases, or stereotypes?
Well, I mean, it was kind of a little bad when it came to law enforcement wise, as being dispatched. But the moment that I became chief of justice, or chief of peace, really, you have it where law enforcement kind of fears me a little bit because they're afraid that they will lose their job from it. And I guess I want to make them seem as if I'm that bad guy for that, because at the end of the day, I'm here to make peace for it, or I'm here to make that decision if that person's guilty or not. But overall, eh, I guess it's just the fact how PD, it, I don't know, we help PD's coming, hold the
Uh-huh.
things.
Okay.
So I am curious though. You said that you had some problems when you were in dispatch.
Yes, I
Was
did.
that now? Do you think that was a gender issue, or do you think it's just like a bunch of guys, cops, guys, whatever, that just don't like to be told what to do? You know?
Well, I feel as if they had a huge ego. So
Okay.
they wouldn't just listen to me because I was dispatched, or they'll proceed to go and complain about what I was telling them what to go and do towards their high command.
But how did that work out? I mean, high command had your back, right?
Yes, they did. And they pretty much put them in their place to let them know that, well, dispatch is in the right for this one. Whenever you do go out for patrolling, you're supposed to let dispatch know. Whenever you proceed to you go and do this, you have to let her know at all times. Just the fact that she needs to know where exactly your location is at when you're out and about.
Absolutely. I mean, it's for their own safety, right?
Yeah.
100%, dude. So here we have like an outstanding example of two very strong women in great leadership roles that seem to be doing a great job. What are some of the downsides, I guess, of being a female in high positions like that? Whoever wants to start. Nobody. I guess there's no
The-
downfalls.
The downsides?
Yeah. I mean, aside from like the respect thing, right? But like, do you find that you have to, how do I put it like nicely? I guess I'm just going to say it. Do you feel like you have to keep pace with men sometimes? Like, do you have to feel like, I guess fuck it. Do you feel like you have to be the baddest bitch in the room? You know what I mean? I mean, I
What
don't
a
know how else to say it, but
Yeah,
is that
I
you,
got
you get that mentality within yourself where it's like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to be the baddest bitch in this room, and they're going to have no choice but to respect me? Or do you just kind of go by the SOPs and let the chips fall where they may?
A little of both.
Yeah.
You know,
Explain, please.
you to be in a position like this, you do have to be somewhat of a bitch. Um, so when I get called that, I just say I wear it well. You know, because at the end of the day, if they're mad at me, I'm doing my job, right?
Yes, 100%, man.
So it's a little of both. Um, in order to get them to follow the SOPs, you have to have that assertiveness and that will to when someone gets in your face, know how to handle it. Um, I have lost my temper a few times, a time or two, and
Well, we're all human, right?
I'm not proud of that moment, but I do always end up going back and discussing with them and trying to get them to explain, explain to them why I said or did what I did, in hopes to get them to see another side. You know.
100%, man. And Justice Kim, as somebody who sits on the bench, I mean, I'm sure you don't get too much flack. I mean, you no matter what, man or woman, you're still a judge. But do you feel like there's some gender bias towards your position?
Not really. I mean, as chief of justice and all, it's not like I sit at the courthouse all the time. I go out and patrol the other officers or patrol destiny and see what the world can bring to us or what type of trouble can be stopped. But No, not really. Unless
Okay.
I just don't see it or I ignore it. But
So
Well, I
do
guess you'd
y'all
have to
see?
like. No, go ahead, man.
No. I was gonna ask a separate question. Go ahead and you can finish up yours.
I just wanted to follow up. I'm sorry, man. Now I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, Patsy.
So what I wanted to know is, as people who reach out all the time, to find suitable, I guess, interviewees, people to interview, and then this being Women's Month, it's actually rather tough to find women to interview that are in a position such as yourselves, that hold, a significance of power or responsibility. Why do you
Yeah.
think that is? Why do you feel like there is not such of a big presence of females in these roles?
I just think it's the fear of it.
Mhm.
Of not being heard, not being listened to. Uh it's not an easy job being a police officer in itself. You have to be ready for anything. There's days where we could just have nothing going on, and there's days where we can't even hear ourselves think. So I think that the that's intimidating to some females. I
Okay.
Good for
encourage
you.
females to become police officers and help them any way that I can to encourage them
Show them
and
the ranks and everything. And
right.
okay.
Because when I first started, I was afraid to get on the radio.
Really?
I was afraid to pull somebody over. Yeah, I was just scared. But the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it, and you have to learn to make it fun for yourself. You know,
100%.
I mean, I
And
have
how
no
and how do
problem
you
with
make it
offering.
fun for yourself?
I I get to know the people. Like if I'm just driving around and I see a bunch of people standing there, I go say hi. See how they're doing, no matter who they are. If I pull somebody over, I give them a little choice. I mean, they don't have to get a ticket. They get three choices. They get a ticket, they get their head shaved, or they give me push-ups.
Their
And
head shaved?
yeah, nobody's ever done that though. But they do the push-ups or whatever. And then
I would love to see that.
I actually had someone come back to me and tell me that they never ran a red light in Legion because they could hear me saying I'm going to shave their head. So it's about getting the point across. It's not always about giving that ticket or being that W cop. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
their money's not going to do me any good.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, a ticket does what? Nothing. It's I guess use it as a learning moment, or to have that interaction and build that relationship. Why tarnish something, for no reason?
Right. And usually when I pull up on a scene or whatever, you can judge how somebody's day is going just by, hearing the tone in their voice.
Mhm.
And if they're having a hard day already, why am I going to make it harder by giving them another ticket? Or
Yeah,
they're already
harassing them
aggravated
or
that I
feeling.
got
Yeah,
exactly.
I gotcha. Okay.
So you guys are.
No, I was gonna ask Justice Kim the same question.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Miss Kim?
You know,
yes.
as the justice, the pinnacle of the justice system. Do you wish there were more females?
I mean, yeah, I do, but yet again, I think currently just DJ is starting up, so maybe in the near future there might be females. I mean, currently we have it where we do have a female that's in Department of Justice, um, but she's doing a pretty good job. But maybe in the near future there might be a female that's interested in the position.
Have you ever been like afraid, on the job?
Uh, during court cases, 100%.
What it
Uh,
Really?
Can you describe some of
yes.
those feelings like?
I become really, really nervous. Um,
Is it like the fear of your life, or because you feel like there's going to be some backlash, or do you feel like
I
nervousness
feel
of
it.
just
So I feel it's gonna
attention?
be a backlash of it, but then I also have like a fear of crowds.
Hmm.
Um, which when it comes to this court cases, Destiny has to be the one to calm me down from it. Or
Gotcha.
I'll have it where there's like two other officers that have to calm me down. with a bailiff.
Okay. But you have a support group.
I do, yes.
Okay. That's good. That's good to have.
That leads me into my question. You guys are both women in power. You guys both have a lot of responsibilities on your plate. After all the stuff you have to deal with, what do you do for yourself for self-care? Like, how do you guys relax and take care of yourselves after a long day? You know, when you have such powerful positions, sometimes you just got to take a swim in the lake of you.
Well, when it comes
What
to
are we
me,
swimming in?
What's that,
when
man?
it,
What are we swimming in? I didn't. No, go ahead. When
uh,
it comes to
when it comes to clocking off at work, me and Destiny will proceed to hang out, or we'll go hiking, or we will just go and dance it off.
dancing, oh, that's one way.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
And that's why we are not a record label.
Well, Fat and
I know-
Spicy Records, man. Stay tuned for my next single.
No, but I know that every job, you know, and even the podcast business, you know, has its ups and downs, and a lot of times
Yeah, I'm
those
sitting
downs
next
can
to
be
one of the downs right over there.
a lot of the time those downs can be very overwhelming. You know, have you ever been put in a position where you were just like, you know what, after this, I'm out, I quit. Like right now, so you just walked off. I'm just kidding.
Take it off, not walk it off.
I personally have had those moments because, as well as being the chief of police, I am building a new department. So I have the stresses of building a department. But have you ever just like gotten on a four-wheeler or gotten on a dirt bike and just gone up in the hills and just jumped? Like jump, not no wait.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Wait, what?
Done.
I'm hearing like some Thelma and Louise vibes, dude.
Oh my goodness.
just like
No.
done just road.
Yeah,
It
no.
like
I
clears
think
your head.
definitely. Yeah, I think definitely sometimes we need to
Not recommending anybody jump off Mount Chiliad, but you know what I
no,
mean?
jump
It's
some
like-
hills on a dirt bike or a four wheeler. You know, that's
Exactly.
what we're talking about.
Yeah, go up on the
Parachuting.
track. Exactly. Bungee
You know,
jumping, that good stuff.
I think even like scuba diving or swimming, you know, just kind of blocking out the noise helps a lot to kind of refocus and regain yourself.
Yes.
But I also like the vast I like to vast in how small I am in the world compared around me. You know, and that kind of helps me kind of refocus because it's like my problems are this small and the world is this big.
Exactly. There's somebody
See,
outside
that's
they're going to something worse.
the difference between Fatsy and me. Is he's like, I'm so small and insignificant, and the world is so big, and I'm like, I'm a mega superstar, bro.
Yeah,
He just
Spicy's
doesn't
like,
get it, man.
I'm high. That's what he does.
Well, are you trying to do an impression of the Spice Man?
You trying to do an impression of the Spice Man?
Okay, you know what? Now you're just getting insulting, dude.
Oh no, but
Well,
the
listen,
same question for you to the
Yeah,
Justice
same question.
Peace, Miss Kim. Have you ever been put in those situations where you just want to run out of the courtroom?
yes.
Well, you don't though, right? Because then the whole courtroom will be dismissed.
Yeah.
We don't need any trials being dismissed.
Well, I mean, when I do need a moment of breather, I will just like signal the bailiff, and the bailiff would just go and say that we're in recess for like 5 minutes,
Okay.
just so I'm able to collect all my thoughts and everything before I proceed in the court.
How do you regain yourself, especially within that limited of time? Because you don't have can't just be like, come back next week. I mean, I guess you
just get
probably
the judge's
could.
chambers and slams a Red Bull, dude.
Well, I guess probably at that very moment, I do have it where the bailiffs would come into the room and they would like help me out with certain type of things. Or again, I would go and call Destiny in, and we will talk over what I think was brought up. Because like sometimes, even as a judge, I like to have like input from what I am trying to gather. Because sometimes I might think that, okay, well, this person is guilty, but then I'll have it where the bailiff I know they don't really have a say in it, but I prefer to like discuss it with anyone else who is with me during this time, because maybe
Again, with
they,
that support system, right?
yeah.
Now, do you personally, as women, feel that women could do a better job in supporting each other?
well
1000%.
yeah
Like I said, we try not to hold anything back. Again, we're not trying to step on anybody's toes, but we are trying to bring those feelings out that a lot of women are probably feeling. We want to be those voices, and we'll allow you guys to be those voices for them, and then kind of want to bring everybody down to one place and realize that we're all human. We all have these
yeah
feelings. We all have these feelings of anxiety, of displacement, and how we deal with those. And it kind of helps the viewers connect with you more on a personal level to say, hey, there's somebody just like me. We all
Well,
try to walk throughout our days with these different masks on.
let's
And
put
that's
it.
just it. That people need to realize that, even men or women, that you're not the only one going through that. There's people out there that are going through the same thing, and that if you could connect and just have a lot, I see there needs to be more compassion and more understanding of individuals than I see.
Do you feel like you get treated differently by other women, or do
Um,
you feel like they're nicer to you, or and that's going back like to the supporting each other, kind of thing. Like, do you feel like you're more liable to get stabbed in the back by another woman or a male?
I think let's put
um,
it like this. Let's put it like this, because we've been asking it like this in other interviews that we've done with like some really powerful women. Why is it that women have such a hard time, or at least from my experience, raising up other females in power who could be, not,
Mentors or even friends.
yeah, just you never know what kind of a friendship you'll get if you guys just work together. I know a lot of. I think it's because there's so many females, and this is just my point of view. And ladies, please correct me if I'm wrong, right? But like, there's so few women in power that like when somebody gets up there, they want to cling to it so bad that if they see another female trying to get up the ladder, they kind of want to push them down. Why not raise them up? What is that about?
that's a good question.
I mean, in your job, right, Chief? You've got a female officer who wants to go from corporal to sergeant. You're going to be like, yeah, let's get you the test, let's get you going. If you've got the credentials and if you're worthy of the job, we're going to put you up there, right? You're not trying to keep them down.
Oh no, 1000%. If I see an officer putting a female officer putting in the work and you know doing everything she's supposed to be doing, 1000%, I'm gonna promote her.
Right, lift them up, man.
Right. Because they're working just as hard as I did, and where I am now, I want more females. I would love to have more females in PD.
How do we do that? How do we encourage more young ladies to sign up and wear the badge and protect and serve?
But to me, the best way to learn how to get there is through a female. I mean, I've been through the struggles of the whole stereotype of the way men feel about, and even crims. Some crims don't see females or take them seriously as officers. But to me, the better way to learn and the better way to do that is from someone who's already been there.
So, would it be too far fetched of me to maybe recommend a female officer mentor program, like what Fatsy said?
No, that's a good idea. We'll have to.
Like,
I
have
haven't thought about that.
reach out. It'd be a great way to get involved in the community and reach out to young ladies who have aspirations of being officers or lawyers or judges, even for you, Your Honor. Like something like that would be interesting,
That is a good idea. It is Women's Month. Maybe we should set up an event.
yeah
You know,
we can do that.
there's
Hell yeah.
no harm in it as far as I think, right?
No,
Yeah
So yeah, no, and then it's a
no,
beautiful
there's
thing that
no
we
harm in
talk
it.
with. Yeah, no, and it's great that we sit here and talk about the future. But let's kind of rewind a little bit. Let's talk about the past And what I want to ask is each of you is what advice, knowing what you know now, is there any advice that you wish you could give yourself, like your past self, to kind of help yourself, get to where you are now? Or maybe something that you wish never happened.
Right? Like reach through the wormhole, man, and like talk to like 12-year-old you and be like, hey, here's some advice. What would it be?
And again, this just resonates with our audience member because everybody is somebody, and everybody has their own experiences.
I wish I knew I had the strength I have now then,
Okay.
if that makes
You
sense.
kind of give yourself like that pep talk and say, hey, we got this, whether you want to believe
Right.
it or not,
Right. To stop second guessing myself.
Yeah, man.
Just-
Here's how great
just
it's going to
second
be in
guess
10
yourself.
years.
Right.
I totally dig that. I think those are wise words. What about you, Your Honor?
Well, if you're concerned for my past self, I was a really positive person. So I always seen that as okay, well, it's not going so well, but it's going to get there. It's going to be better. Just keep having faith in it. Keep trusting in yourself, and you're going to get there. And look at me now.
Exactly.
you
Look
guys-
at you now, the top of the food chain.
Right? It's funny they said I say that in my mirror every morning, and I'm only a podcaster. These guys are like judges and cops and stuff, man. I need to say it harder.
So we gave you
Spicy,
went back.
You're cool.
There you go. I think he knows that already. He's so full of himself. I'm surprised his head fit through those double doors when we walk in here.
This guy.
Everybody here knows it. It's okay. So we went to the past and you talked to yourself and you thought about some of the stuff that you wish you could do in the future. Now, my question is, what advice could you give the next generation of female leaders? Or maybe even women that are interested in maybe becoming part of the police force or the judicial system?
Encourage them to talk to other females that are in, like myself. I will talk to any female. Encourage them. And I mean, I've FTO'd females that were afraid to drive. And to me, when they get promoted, that's more of an accomplishment for me than myself getting promoted, because then it knows that you've taught them right. You've molded them into where they're confident, independent people. And they'll come up to you and say, I never thought I could be here. I never thought I could do that. There's one that I FTO'd that said she didn't think she'd ever be a cop because she couldn't shoot anybody. I mean, if you could see her now, you would never know that was her.
Yeah, toe tagging them left and right, huh?
Yes. And for me, that makes my job worth doing.
Well, it's something that my dad told me. A good leader doesn't make people as good as him. A good leader makes people who can be better than him.
Exactly.
And I think that's righteous, officer. I'm so happy. I'm glad to see that maybe we have maybe a female perspective in the police force that could bring not the softer side, but how about the rational side of law enforcement work back to the PD? Because I know Bald Yusuf, all he wants to do is catch them sons of bitches and throw them son of bastards in jail. You're a scumbag. That's my Yusuf impression. It's not great, but I love you, Yusuf.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
Nothing at all. Well, guys, obviously we appreciate having you guys on the show. This has been an extreme honor, Your Honor.
I see what you did there, dude.
Come on now. I was waiting the whole show for that.
I find you
Not
guilty
even-
of a bad joke, dude.
Just sentence me. Just take me away.
You're already wearing the jumpsuit, bitch.
No, guys. But what I would like to say, and I'm trying to figure out a way to word this so it doesn't come off as crazy. As one final question for you guys, and I'm gonna let Spicy and Lowe's ask their final question before I do. Spicy, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, man. officer, could you clear off those like 4 speeding tickets I got? After the show, maybe.
Oh,
Tell him no. Take him to
if you-
jail. Make him
if
pay
you
the
pay
fine.
If you
Bust
pay
his
the fine.
miles
kneecaps
over
with a
the limit.
baton.
60 miles over the limit wasn't. They say it's reckless.
In
I
a
was
school
full control,
zone.
man.
In a school zone.
The kids wanted to see it, dude. Anyway, got me all heated, man.
Make it go fast.
No, man. Listen, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart that it's encouraging for me to see some very strong, and I don't even want to say female in power, but some very strong people leading the DOJ and the DOC here in our fine city, man. It warms my heart. And I hope to see more of you. Not on this side. You're not on the other side of the law. I don't mean to be like, he's guilty of being spicy. But keep up the good work, man. Laws, you got something to tell these ladies or ask? Laws?
I think she's so
Yeah,
welt up with
sorry.
emotion, it's
I
just
was.
choking it down.
Sorry about that. We've talked a lot about different aspects of being a woman in the judicial Department of Justice, wherever you want to say. And I feel like one of the questions we didn't ask was, what's a benefit of being a woman in your department?
Oh, look at you.
Thinking outside the bun.
Good question, man.
Kim or Destiny, either of you have an answer for that?
What's one of the benefits?
Yeah, what's
what's the benefit of being a chief in the business?
What's the benefit of being a woman in your current field or your department, or in general, I guess?
Those sad puppy dog eyes.
I think I would rather focus more on like in your departments, in the Department of Justice, like what is the benefit of being a woman? What do you feel? I mean, yeah, that's basically it. That's the question.
Well, I
That's
just hope that it shows
a real
that.
noggin joggler.
I just hope that it shows other females that it is possible and can be done.
Oh,
I like that.
beautifully said.
I like that. Kim, do you have anything?
What
to
about
add?
you, Your Honor?
Well, similar to what Dusty said, really, but it just shows that regardless of any other way, if you can set your mindset to that, you're able to become for that position. So just keep going. You may think that you're not getting anywhere, but trust me, you're getting somewhere.
And you could really say that towards any
Anyone.
leadership role, not even in the Department of Justice or anything like that, correct?
Yes.
Those are good answers.
So, Laws, how's it feel being the executive producer of a show and having to babysit Fatsy and me?
I mean, I love it.
You're
I
one
love
of
you
power.
guys.
You can shut us down tomorrow.
I love you guys. It's been a good time.
She likes the power. That's what it is. I am in
Power.
control.
Yeah, she's totally lying. She can't tell you how many times she's had to hold my hair out of the toilet because I'm throwing up.
I mean, it's not because it's my job. It's because I love you guys, and I wouldn't hold your hair if I didn't love you. I would just tell you to get over
Exactly.
it, and I would reach over with a broom and tap your back.
There's times that I wake up at 2 a.m. from a text message and it's like, don't forget I'm your boss. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You thought those two that's just me, dude.
I'm like, okay. Good night. I don't know.
She's like,
I don't know
I
what to tell
control
you.
you. I'm like, all right, good night.
I could just whisper in your ear, I control you. I own you. And then hang up.
Where do you guys think your nightmares come from? I visit you in your sleep.
Oh my goodness.
That was
All
why I
right,
woke
so
up all sweaty. Anyway.
As we go to end this, guys, and again, we want to give you the room to give a shout out to anybody out there that you feel is deserving of one. And we'll start with the quiet Miss Justice Kim over here, because you have been quiet this whole time. And I know
Gotta
there's
talk,
some
man.
people that you want to thank.
I'm sorry, I'm quiet. I'm just mostly
No,
a
it's cool,
listener.
man.
Well, I don't know, really. Just a shout out to every single female you're able to, if you have a goal for it, reach for it. Just continue to do that. It may get hard at times, but you got this.
Oh, no, I like
Love
that.
it.
In the words of Woody the Sheriff, reach for the stars. Right? No,
Yeah.
nobody? Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Moving on, dude.
You guys
in your
kill it.
movies.
Well,
And
I
you?
definitely have to give a shout out to Yusuf. I've learned a lot from him. And anybody that's trained me through my 4 years of PD, definitely my high command and Kim. If it wasn't for them just trying to get the department started, it was a little rough patch there. But that's smoothing out, and over time it'll smooth out better. All my officers, they show up, they do their job, they do great at their job. I mean, I wouldn't be a chief of police if I didn't have my officers. I mean, what am I going to chief?
There you go.
Right? Yeah, you just be a cop.
A lot of people
Yeah,
don't know
I-
this, but is it true that what they say about Mr. Yusuf, that if you rub his head, a little wish comes out?
I've never tried.
Yeah, please don't do that, dude. Your hand's gonna get all greasy, and it's not a good time. I
Well,
swear
I
you
know-
just turtle wax on that thing.
I will say this, and the only reason we're bringing up Yusuf is because I know that you interviewed him.
Dude, I had him on my show Behind the Pint. We got to look at like the real Yusuf for an hour, dude.
So
and I'm gonna tell you,
guys,
he is he's not what you expect. Like, you guys see tough Yusuf, like, oh, I'm gonna put all these scumbags in jail and god damn it. No, dude, he's like a real dude like you and me, man. So yeah, I'm just like in fact, as soon as we're done with the show, I'm gonna run back to Fat and Spicy Studios. I'm gonna be sitting here editing out that the episode a little bit, and then we're gonna have it up on our YouTube channel. So please go over to the YouTube channel, check out Behind the Pint with Spicy and all the other Fat and Spicy shows that we got.
there you go, guys. And last but not least, guys, you have given the flowers to everybody out there for who you are and where you are, and that is a beautiful thing to hear, that you are recognizing the other people that helped you become who you are now. But what I do want you guys to do, because you have earned it so much, and I think a lot of us forget to do this, is give yourself the flowers. And I want you to give yourself some advice, or tell yourself something that's going to keep you going. If you could just say anything to yourself right now.
Just stay strong. It gets easier.
It's easier. Hell, I gotta remember that one.
Yeah. And you, Kim?
Yeah, look how it is right now, but remember in the near future that it's going to be running its own course, and you're going to look back at it and say, wow, I actually done all of this. It's completely crazy.
It's amazing. And don't forget, guys, you can also look back at this, because this will always be there. And you can always go back and watch this and remember those words that you told yourself today, because there is no doubt in my mind that you too will definitely and inevitably leave your stamp on this community before you leave.
Bro, even I'm feeling like empowered and enlightened right now. Like, I want to go out and join the police force and like work under her, dude.
You gotta get pepper sprayed and tased first.
Before we
Okay, pass.
before we
I
head
do
out
want to
there.
encourage.
Oh, go ahead.
I
Nope.
do want to encourage that if there's anybody, male or female, that even has the slightest interest in PD and want to try it, our applications are open.
Y'all do ride-alongs?
Yes.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. If you have an interest, these two lovely ladies will be more than happy to help you out. And as always, if you want to be part of the Fat and Spicy Show, reach out, the laws, or check us out at fatspicy@gmail.com. And don't forget to like, subscribe, guys. We love you. As always, this has been Fat.
And I'm Spicy.
And this is the Fat and Spicy Show.
And
We
before
love you guys. So anyway,
Before we go.
Before we go, guys, we had some followers today. We'd like to give a little shout out to as well.
Oh, clan members? I mean, cult members? I mean, none of that.
Yeah. Okay. So
see, I told you we couldn't do it without laws, man.
I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, but is this Izzy?
Izzy, yo, shout out.
Regal.
Shout out to my boy Izzy.
Regal has also followed us today, and Assorted Savage has followed us as well. Also,
So why hasn't he been following us from the beginning? Is what I
Yeah,
want.
man. I thought you were a follower from the beginning.
maybe it was an
Like a
accidental
talking-
remove or something. I don't know.
He just wanted the
Right,
clout.
accidental.
Agent Cape is also following us as well today, and Betty Swallux has given us 10 biddies to show them titties.
Whoa.
Don't show your
Spicy.
titties.
One of these,
You know what to do.
you guys are gonna make me play the bongos.
Nobody asked you to play the bongos, but you can sure play the bongos if you like.
You don't have to ask me, dude.
But guys, we appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the likes, follows. Don't forget to catch us next week where we will be interviewing the one and only mole. Is a wombat a mole or is that a bat? I don't know what that is.
It's a wombat, dude.
It's about
Yeah.
time.
I think that's it goes in caves. It's gotta be. But anyways, guys, we love you. And as always, you guys stay amazing. But dude, like I was saying about these pajamas, you gotta get you gotta get you a set of these pajamas. The flap opens in the back.